Stellantis, the massive conglomerate housing 12 auto giants like Ram, Chrysler, and Dodge, recently stirred up controversy with a bombshell dropped by its CEO, Carlos Tavares. In a stark warning at the inaugural Freedom of Mobility Forum, Tavares cast doubt on the electric vehicle revolution, leaving many in the industry perturbed. The crux of Tavares' message is that while gas-powered cars face impending bans, EVs might not be the panacea they're touted to be. Tavares highlighted a looming challenge: the scarcity of resources like lithium, crucial for EV batteries. This scarcity threatens to derail the ambitious plan to replace a staggering 3 billion internal combustion engine vehicles worldwide. Stellantis, cognizant of the shifting automotive landscape, has committed a staggering $35.5 billion investment in plug-in models by 2025. However, Tavares' warning underscores the monumental hurdles ahead. With over 1.3 billion gas-powered cars currently on the roads, the transition to EVs isn't merely daunting. It could be nigh impossible due to resource limitations. Tavares' remarks have ignited a debate on the feasibility and sustainability of the EV agenda. As governments worldwide enforce bans on combustion engines, questions about the availability of resources and the viability of mass EV adoption loom large. Stellantis' stance challenges the prevailing narrative, prompting a re-evaluation of the future of mobility. Stellantis isn't just making big moves in the EV scene. They've even teamed up with Samsung to build their first EV battery factory. But amidst all these ambitious plans lies a troubling assumption that there will be enough raw materials to go around. Elon Musk and Rivian's RJ Scaring have already sounded the alarm about the looming scarcity of essential materials like lithium, nickel, graphite, and cobalt. Sure, technically speaking, the world might have sufficient resources, but getting them out of the ground is no walk in the park. It's a bureaucratic and logistical nightmare, tangled in red tape and geopolitical tensions. Even if we have the lithium, setting up a new mine could take up to a decade. Carlos Tavares isn't pulling any punches either. He warns that the proposed combustion ban by the European Union could have unintended consequences, potentially leading to increased greenhouse gas emissions. Why? Because we might not have enough lithium to responsibly allocate to EV production. Germany seems to be taking heed. They recently voted down the combustion ban, arguing for allowances for future green fuels. If Europe and certain US states go ahead with combustion engine bans, EVs already 40% pricier than their gas counterparts could become even more expensive. Mercedes-Benz CEO echoes these concerns, cautioning that without a robust supply chain, increasing EV production could further drive up costs. So, what's the solution? Tavares suggests mandating that every new vehicle have a range of at least 30 to 50 miles with zero emissions. It could be a more practical and cost-effective approach, especially considering that the majority of trips are under 30 miles. Known for his blunt style, Tavares didn't mince words when he asserted that we're not quite there yet regarding range. To eliminate range anxiety, EVs would need to cover 400 miles on a single charge. But that wasn't the only bombshell he dropped. Tavares disclosed that producing electric vehicles costs a whopping 40% more than making internal combustion cars. What's particularly concerning is his acknowledgement that passing on these costs to consumers would risk losing half of their customer base. Essentially, Tavares is cautioning that the dream of affordable EVs for the average buyer might be just that, a dream. Adding to the complexity, Tavares scrutinized the weight of EVs. Achieving a 400-mile range would add a hefty 1,000 pounds compared to similar gas-powered vehicles, a weight that's simply unsustainable. While acknowledging the regulatory pressure favoring EVs, Tavares proposed an alternative solution. He suggested replacing older vehicles with modern equivalents, potentially featuring mild hybrid technology. This, he argued, could offer a more practical and cost-effective approach, leading to a swift 50% reduction in carbon dioxide emissions on average. Tavares isn't just critiquing EV challenges, he's also vocal about what he sees as the politicization of climate change policies. He cautioned against using these policies as tools for competitive advantage in global trade, especially as countries like the US and China offer hefty subsidies to promote clean technologies and EVs. Tavares is raising a crucial concern. Are we unwittingly triggering a global trade dispute in the guise of fighting climate change? It's not just speculation. It's a warning sign that could signal the downfall of the EV dream. A dream sold to us as the solution to our environmental challenges. The skepticism of Stellantis' CEO is mirrored by the struggles of other automakers like General Motors, Ford, Hyundai, and Rivian. They're all wrestling with the soaring costs of battery materials. Moreover, the new EV tax credit rules mandating battery production in North America or allied countries have thrown a spanner in the works for many automakers. It's as if the industry is standing on shaky ground, propped up by policies that sow division rather than unity and destruction rather than progress. Tavares has been vocal about the risk of pricing the middle class out of the EV market if automakers can't absorb the added production costs. He believes that affordable EVs should ideally be priced around $25,000. But if subsidies are the only way to keep EVs within reach, what happens when those subsidies inevitably diminish? The middle class could find themselves not just priced out of new cars, but potentially shut out of personal mobility altogether. Despite Stellantis having the least aggressive electrification strategy among Detroit's Big Three, it's still in a precarious position. Even its flagship electric pickup, the Ram 1500 EV, is expected to come with a gasoline range extender, underscoring the company's struggle to fully embrace electrification. While the average cost of EV batteries has plummeted by 80%, the starting prices of EVs remain high. Jeep, a brand synonymous with rugged off-road vehicles, hasn't been immune to these market forces. Despite its push for electrification with models like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee 4xe plug-in hybrids, Jeep has faced declining sales and a tarnished brand image. In the first quarter of 2023, Jeep sales were down nearly 20%, with Ram truck sales following suit with a 17% decline. Jeep's sales slump can be traced back to the significant hike in vehicle prices. In 2015, a Jeep Wrangler would set you back around $35,000 to $38,000. Fast forward to 2023. And the same model with a manual transmission comes with a hefty $52,000 price tag. This sharp increase isn't just due to inflation or supply chain issues. It's a deliberate move by Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares to position Jeep as a luxury brand. Dealers have been given the green light to slap on massive markups, sometimes reaching thousands of dollars. This move further distances the middle-class consumer base that once found Jeep affordable and attractive. However, the luxury brand positioning seems to be backfiring, particularly as Jeep grapples with quality control issues. Recent recalls over fire risks and safety concerns have taken a toll on the brand's reputation. Moreover, the shift towards luxury and performance features in EVs only adds to their already high costs. Take the electric Ford F-150 Lightning, for instance, starting at around $56,000. Considerably more than its gas-powered counterpart. This pricing trend isn't exclusive to newcomers like Tesla or Rivian. Even mainstream automakers are slapping premium price tags on their EV models, making it tough for middle-class consumers to make the switch. It's about time brands understand what consumers truly want and stop pricing their cars sky high while loading them with impractical features that few actually use. As we grapple with these revelations, several daunting questions loom large. If EV production costs are indeed 40% higher than internal combustion vehicles, and if these costs can't be passed on to consumers without losing half of the customer base, what does the future hold for electric vehicles? Are we facing a mobility crisis where the middle class is priced out of personal transport? And most concerning, are we headed toward a future where well-intentioned policies to save the planet end up causing more harm than good? The clock is ticking, and the answers to these questions could shape our collective future. Which side are you on in this electric versus ICE battle? Let us know in the comments below.